In this video, we are going to explore the types of functions. So there are two main types of functions. So function is divided into two major types. The first one is, let me write in another color. So the first one is algebraic function, and the second one is transcendental function. Transcendental transcendental function. So there are two main types of functions. The first one is algebraic function, and the second one is transcendental function. So we are going to discuss both of these types in this video. So the first one we are going to discuss is algebraic function. So I'm going to write it over here. Algebraic function. So as you know what algebra is basically the collection or the combination of constants and variables and coefficients. So same as algebraic function, a function which is the combination of constant coefficient and variables. So this is the combination of, I'm going to write it over here, combination of constants, variables, and coefficients. So the function which is the combination of constants, which is the combination of variables, which is the combination of coefficients, it makes algebraic function. Here's an example. Okay, so I have this function over here. I would say x squared plus 3x plus 4. So this is an algebraic function. Okay, and so far we've only discussed the algebraic function in our previous videos. We've only talked about algebraic function. We made the composition of functions which were algebraic. Okay, so far now we've only studied algebraic functions. So as you can see, this is the constant. Okay, this is the variables. These are the variables. Okay, these both are the variables, and this three is the coefficient. So it makes what? It makes algebraic function. So there are three types of algebraic functions. So the first one is polynomial. The first one is polynomial function. The second one is rational function, and the third one is irrational function. Irrational function. So the algebraic function is divided into three sub-functions. So the first one is polynomial, the second one is rational function, and the third one is irrational function. So we are also going to discuss it in detail. So what is a polynomial function? So I'm going to write it over here. Polynomial function. It is a type of algebraic function. Okay, it is the type of algebraic function. So we all know what is a polynomial. So this is very easy. So polynomial function is basically an algebraic function which consists of constants, coefficients, and variables. So polynomial function is an algebraic. It's an algebraic function. Okay, so what's special? Okay, it's an algebraic function. There are two other types of algebraic function. So what is special about polynomial? In polynomial, each degree of each term, let me write it in another color. Degree of each term is non-negative. Okay, so degree of each term is non-negative. I will give you an example so you would have clear understanding of polynomial function. So I have this function f of x. Okay, this is a polynomial function which is x squared plus 4x plus 2. This is a polynomial function, and you can see the degree. Okay, the degree of each term is non-negative. Okay, it's non-negative. I can also write here, I can write x power 0 here, because x power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so there is no term with negative power. So a function, an algebraic function, in which degree of each term is non-negative. Okay, it can be 0, it can be positive, but it can be negative. This is called polynomial function. And the second type of algebraic function is rational function. The second type of algebraic function is rational function. So what is rational function? So okay, so it is also type of algebraic function. So it is in algebraic. It's an algebraic function. So it is type of algebraic function. Okay. So what is special about rational function? Type of algebraic function which can be written in the form of p x by q x. So okay, this is a function and this is also a function where q of x does not equal to 0. Okay, the q of x okay, the term in the denominator would not be 0. Okay, so this is rational function. And the third type is called irrational function. The third type is called irrational function. So what is irrational function? Irrational function is also type of algebraic function. It is also an algebraic function which can be write in the form of px, in the form of this. It can be write in this form. Okay, it can be write in this form. This is called irrational function. If you see any function in the form of under root p of x, so it would be an irrational function. And irrational function is a type of algebraic function. So there are some limitation for this. So the first one, I would write it over here. The first one is p of x not be perfect square. It should not be a perfect square. It would not be a perfect square. Okay, and p of x greater or equal 0. P of x would always be greater or equal to 0. Why? Because if p of x, if p of x becomes less than 0, then this is a complex number. Okay, and functions are undefined for complex numbers. So therefore, irrational function should be, and the p of x and the irrational function. Okay, the p of x, the term and the under root should always be greater than 0.